What's up everyone, welcome to another Hardline versus Advanced Warfare video. In this video I'll be taking a closer look at character movement. Let's play some Battlefield Hardline and some Advanced Warfare. Alright, so let's start off with Battlefield. So in Battlefield you get the standard character movement. It's a very traditional way of moving about in first-person shooters. You get to walk around, you get to sprint, you don't get to dodge or anything like that, so you really have to use your map for cover. The only fancy maneuver you can actually do, I would say, is just jump and vault over, waist-high obstacles. Of course, that's not too fancy because it's more of a traditional setting, but, don't let these options leave you feeling restricted, since there's plenty of ways to move around the map quickly. As almost like an extension of character movement, Hardline introduces the zip line and grapple hooks. The maps used in Hardline were built from the ground up, and they really wanted to take advantage of zip lines in order to move about, better on the maps. I found myself, though, not using them as much since they were kind of bulky and you move really slow, and they leave you vulnerable when you're deploying them. As well, they are easy to shoot down. I think it only takes like one shot or two shots to kind of snap the zip line or the grapple hook. So that is kind of like a drawback, but if they are used effectively, your squad and your team can actually win the battle. So if you use right, in the right locations at the right time, they can actually be used in a really good way. Basically, character movement is more restricted and leans more on gadgetries and vehicles to get around faster. If you bail from a burning helicopter and land in the middle of like nowhere, it'll take you some time to sprint back into the battle, but you'll get there eventually. Alright, let's move on to Advanced Warfare. This was the first time, any type of enhanced character movement was implemented in a Call of Duty franchise. People loved it, people hated it, people don't even know what to think about it. I even know some guys that are just kind of skipping over Advanced Warfare and waiting for Black Ops 3. Exo movement allows players to double jump, actually relatively high, thrust, and dodge left to right. This functionality was well thought out. I thought, it was a good, a good addition to Call of Duty franchise, kind of refreshing some things, but I think overall it was poorly executed. This had a lot to do with the lag compensation being a really big issue, in Advanced Warfare. For me personally though, I did like the exo-suit movements. Firefights actually became, like dogfights almost in midair. You had to like dodge and shoot around, and it's actually pretty challenging, which I did love the challenge. Since I'm used to playing like Unreal Tournament and Quake and a lot of those older games, I found that the dodging techniques just kind of came natural. Of course, I was playing on the keyboard, on PC. When you play on a controller, it's a little bit more of a higher learning curve to kind of get those dodges, while you're shooting, pulling triggers and things like that. So it is a little bit more challenging. So the exosuits really cause the player speeds to increase dramatically. The pacing of the game already in Call of Duty is naturally really, really fast with short times to kill, and the exosuit movements just really increase that pacing even further. Even if you throw on like an overclock ability, you're going to be even going faster, and it's almost hard to control. So with advanced movements, Advanced Warfare, for better or worse, sped up the pacing of the game, and it's almost like a double-edged sword though. If you want faster game pacing, as well as your character to be able to move faster, your game engine and your foundation framework better be able to carry its own weight. In conclusion, Battlefield has more of the traditional movement, kind of ground game scenario, which relies more on gadgetries to get around the maps, whereas Advanced Warfare really kicks up the game pacing with enhanced exosuit movement. Which do you prefer? Do you like the fast-paced movement or the kind of slower traditional ground game? Let me know what you think in the comments below, or feel free to hit me up on Twitter at MappedOutGamer. Peace.